everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Yael and I'm here with the weekly twin flame energy reading for the week of November 28 to December 4. And I'm using the infinity spread for this. And before I begin, I'd like to thank everyone who has recently subscribed to my channel, like my videos, and many thanks to those who have commented and written me emails, personal emails about the readings. I appreciate all your feedback, and I try my best to respond to all of them. And to those who have sought personal guidance and Reiki healing sessions with me, it's been an honor to assist you on your journey. And thank you for your very generous feedback and compliments on our brief interaction. Anyway, let's start. As I said, this is the infinity spread, and this side is the masculine, and this side is the feminine. It's energies, twin flame energies for the week. And before I go into how the energy flows, I'm going to expound on the masculine energies first, and the general energies projecting, and the feminine and the general energy she's projecting before we connect both. First card for the masculine is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands, you can see this warrior here, and he's defending all the other wands behind him. And he's rather wary. He's wary about the journey, about what he's had to do to put all these wands together. And I guess I understand, because the awakening of the masculines has come at a very rapid pace. They've had to integrate all this information, all these downloads, this new paradigm. They've had to adjust to it at a very short span of time. It's like they've taken their time, their sweet time, to get to this point. But when they were given the go signal, they've been soaking up the information like a sponge. And that's rather tiring, all this energy. And so it's saying that they're close. You may be tired, but don't give up, okay? And we'll find out more what he's really tired about. Okay. Again, masculine focusing on practical matters. The things that he needs to harvest it, to get it going. So, again, he's looking at how much he has and if it is enough. He's wondering if it's time to harvest. But he's ready to harvest at any time that he sees that the fruits are ripe for the picking. You can see the ladder here. He's got an empty basket. He's expecting a harvest. So there you have the masculine, still working hard at making things work in the physical. So this doesn't necessarily, it isn't limited to the masculine making money, being provider. It's getting things ready in the physical for union with his divine feminine. He's checking and double checking if he has missed something, if something else still needs to be done. And here we have the Devil card. And I'm reading this as obsession. In my other reading this week, the message of the divine masculine to the divine feminine, you could see that he's very impatient. He's getting impatient already. There's certain urgency there. Because you know how masculines are. Um, when they want a solution, they have a solution in mind. They just go straight to it. It's like how masculines shop. It's not like the way females shop, and we like to go to every shop, browse things. The masculine knows what he wants to buy when he gets into a mall or the grocery store, and he heads straight to that. He wants to get things done efficiently. And so this is coming off as almost a dogged determination, an obsession with getting things right, getting things all in place. And that's where his wariness is coming from. I'm not getting the sense of addiction here or lust or, violence. But it's a very precise determination. It's a very precise energy, directed and almost obsessive energy that I'm getting. Because here, he's heading towards the sun. And this is enlightenment in all aspects. When he gets here, when finally all things are ready, the sun is a greater force than all this fire here. And it keeps all these planets in its orbit, the gravity. So, because he knows what he's going through, he will be enlightened. This energy will be transformed because it's going to be directed towards something good, something that will hold things in place for a long time to come. And what is the general energy that he's projecting right now to the divine feminine? It's moving on. So all this, his determination, his purpose, his constant inventory and assessment of what still needs to be done, it's all because he wants to move on already. And now let's go to the divine feminine. For the divine feminine, the first card we have is the Emperor. And this is getting things in order also. This is also quite a strategy. The Emperor takes charge of all the armies, of commerce, of the whole empire, what makes the empire tick. And this is saying that the divine feminine has got that under her belt. She's got things under control. And the next card we have is the King of Cups. And this is saying that whatever effort she's put into getting things together, laying the groundwork, it's all in the name of love. And this is a king that gives out unconditional love. So she's there into that energy. It's a very nice energy. Getting things done, the Emperor, and then here we have the King of Cups. Recognizing that everybody deserves love. getting a bird's eye view, a higher perspective on the things that affect emotions. And next card we have for the Divine Feminine is the Empress. And look here, we see that the Divine Feminine has achieved balance within herself. And we're not just talking about, equal kings, king of whatever, queen of whatever. Here we have the Emperor and the Empress. So she's done a good job at balancing her inner masculine and her inner feminine within herself. And that is why she can give out this perspective of unconditional love. And here she is. The last card we have for the Divine Feminine is the Three of Wands. And this is a card of waiting for the ships to come in. So she's done her work. At least the work of balancing herself inwardly, internally. And now she's just waiting for the ships to come in. You can see she's wearing a green cloak. So whatever she needed to heal, she's already healed it. And there, and how is she projecting to the Divine Masculine? Here we have darkest fears. So, I did say earlier that she healed whatever she needed to heal. But sometimes some issues pop up, and this is her darkest fears. And it also relates to my message of the Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine, because the manifestation of her darkest fears may have resulted into some actions that she sort of regrets and, is sorry for. Whether that was insecurity, whether that was the fear of loneliness, the fear of being left behind, while you see all these other posts of twins getting into union. And it's magnified because the holidays are coming up. We just finished one holiday, Thanksgiving. And so that's how she's projecting. And you can see here, he's picking up on it. Okay, so we go to how this energy flows into the other. For the Divine Masculine, we see that here, he's very tired, he's worn out, but still, in the energy of protecting and defending what gains he's had in this twin flame journey, okay? In terms of enlightenment, in terms of connecting with the Divine Feminine on an energetic level or even in 3D, he's protecting and defending that. We see him assessing what else needs to be done. And then, because he's intent on moving on, but in the act of moving on, his fears come up also. His fears relating to this person that's waiting for him, which is the Divine Feminine. But if he integrates that, if he goes with the energy, and he doesn't let his darkest fears eat him up, then he will come to the realization that he's actually on equal footing with the Divine Feminine. He comes into his own power. He realizes that he is the Divine Masculine, which is the divine counterpart of the feminine. And from there, when he realizes that and he comes into his own power, he becomes the King of Cups. He's able to see what this relationship is all about. He's able to recognize the unconditional love being given by the Divine Feminine, and also the unconditional love that he is capable of giving. So how does that flow? And then here we have the darkest fears regarding to moving on, because when he gets enlightened, these fears, they dissolve, and he gets to move on. He becomes enlightened, and now this devil card is being read as he's able to bring down that enlightenment. See, as above, so below. He's able to bring down that enlightenment into the physical, because the devil card is a very physical, worldly card. So whatever he was enlightened about, whatever now he is illumined about, he wants to bring that down and manifest that into the physical. You can see this big pentacle behind him. Pentacle is earth. It's the closest suit to the third dimension, to our life here on earth. And he wants to bring this down, this enlightenment. Okay, so we're done with the masculine. For the feminine. Feminine, hard at work, getting things together, planning, strategizing, realizing and seeing things from a higher perspective through the lens of unconditional love. But in doing so, in trying to just love everyone, and wanting the best for everyone, her darkest fears pop out. As I mentioned earlier, could be insecurity, ego issues, power plays, just the fear of being alone. But she wants to move on from this. And now she's enlightened about what her behavior, how her behavior affects everyone else. And the devil here is read instead as addiction, lower vibrating energy, but she's enlightened about that. And here, this one, for the feminine, I read as a card of humility. She's down on her knees. And now she's protecting the gains that she has. She knows she needs to add one more wand there. But she's going on this journey with all humility. And she gets into a period of assessment, seeing how far she's gone, what else she needs to do to be able to move on from her darkest fears and come into the energy of somebody who is totally healed and just waiting for the divine masculine to enter her life again. And when she does that, she comes back into her own power. She's the Empress once again. She's able to balance, because these darkest fears manifested in a very masculine way when she tapped here. Okay? But when she moves through this and gets past it, she comes again into her own balance, the balance of the feminine inside her, the divine feminine inside her, which is very nurturing, strong. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. So there we have it. From the Emperor, because she is operating, she wants to get things done. But the masculine in her was, the masculine's obsession with getting things done the right way, almost a dogged determination. Um, it's thrown her off kilter for a bit, and it's allowed her darkest fears to surface. But once she gets past that, into the enlightenment, learning what she did, and getting back into humility, and again doing an assessment, because sometimes the divine feminists, they think, oh, this is, I've done everything I need to do, I don't need to do anything else but wait for him. But then something pops up, the work is never done. And because this has surfaced, this is what she's projecting, then she's got to release this. Okay? She's got to heal it, release it, let it go. And we can see that in the coming week she's going to do that. Because in the end, we have here, she gets back into the divine feminine within her. And she gets back into balance. So, let's pick an outcome card. What will tie these two energies together? For this week, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles depicts a girl with her pet bird, surrounded by butterflies, which is transformation, and reveling in what she has, which is very abundant. This is the Nine of Pentacles. So she's dressed ornately. She's underneath a canopy with 4 columns there. So it's very stable. It's saying that both twins are protected from above and are given the resources to achieve the gains that they're supposed to achieve this week. And while they may do their work alone, at this point, when I say alone, masculine, concentrated on moving on, feminine, conquering her darkest fears, there is a telepathy there. Because, when you talk to your pets or animals, they work on energies. They understand that more. It's their language. So, there is a telepathy going on there. An acknowledgement that each is doing what they need to be doing at this stage of the journey. Masculine needs to be moving on. Feminine conquering her darkest fears. And the message to twins is that you have the resources to make it happen. You have the guidance and the protection from above. And through this phase, at least for this week, your twin is with you. And you'll be going through this transformation, the butterflies, together. And that's what I have for the twins this week. Again, this is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, please visit my webpage at yaelacme.com or send me a message through here or through my Facebook page, and I'll see how I can help you on your journey. Okay? These dark spheres, if you're battling through them, or even if your divine masculine is having a difficult time moving on, aside from readings, energetic healing can help a lot. So look into that. You can send them healing for yourself if you have these fears about whatever. Try out Reiki. It will help. It always helps when God's wisdom and energy flows through you. Okay? So that's what I have this week. And I'll see you next week. Again, take care. Lots of love to everyone. And keep sending love and light to the entire planet. Okay? Bye.